Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday so far. Today, I am going to be presenting on grocery store health hacks, how to shop on a budget. So just a little bit about me. My name is Emily Poncher. I am from Valparaiso, Indiana, which is about an hour southeast of Chicago. I am a senior at the University of Iowa studying health promotion and getting a minor in human relations. So just a little fun fact about me. I live 20 minutes away from Indiana Dunes National Park, and it is one of my absolute favorite places. It was my favorite quarantine pastime, just because it was one of the only places that I could actually go to and leave my house. So an overview of what I will be talking about today. I'm going to be defining healthy eating. What does healthy eating mean? I'm going to be talking about the importance of healthy eating. I'm going to debunk some challenges that come along with eating healthy. And then I'm going to offer some budget-friendly strategies for all of you. Just a quick question. Feel free to throw this in the chat. These are just some challenges that people would say come along with healthy eating. So which one of these applies to you? A, healthy eating is too expensive. B, I don't have time to make healthy meals. Or C, I feel overwhelmed when I go grocery shopping. It can be all of them. It can be one of them. Just whatever applies to you. So we have some all, A and B, small kitchen. Great. So keep these in mind. I'm going to be touching on these in just a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to gauge where everyone's at just to start off. So what is healthy eating? If you were to type this phrase into Google right now, what is healthy eating? It would say that healthy eating is a diet that helps maintain or improve your overall health. So you may think, Emily, what does this mean? That is so broad. This just means that you are eating a balanced diet that includes all 5 food groups. That means that you're including a variety of foods in your diet. So instead of just eating one fruit or one vegetable, you're eating all different types of fruits and vegetables. And also that moderation is key so that you're not eating too much of something or too little. I included a picture here of what is called the MyPlate. And this just kind of shows what food groups you should be getting on your plate. I will go in depth with this here. So if you're not familiar with MyPlate, it's just a site or a resource that tells you or reminds you how you should be eating healthy and gives you tips on how you can fulfill this. So these are some screenshots from the Start Simple with MyPlate app. They have a website with a ton of resourceful and educative materials, but also I have found this app super helpful because all of us in this day and age have a smartphone. And if you open this app, it's kind of tailored to your own nutritional needs. So there's 3 aspects that I found super cool when I was looking at this app. So first, you have a goals dashboard. So here it shows you fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, dairy. So the 5 food groups. And I put an example of the goals that you are able to set. So you kind of go through these goals, pick what applies to you. You can pick 1, 2, or 3 goals. So maybe you want to add fruit to your salad or have a fruit with your lunch. So you can check these goals. And when you finish them and check them off, you can get a badge. And also you can complete challenges. So here it says you can take the MyPlate quiz and earn a badge. So you can just get a little bit of information on MyPlate and kind of get to know your own health needs and do it in a fun way. Also, there's the MyPlate 101, which if you don't know much about MyPlate or aren't familiar with the app, this just kind of breaks it down for you. You can click on the different food groups, get to know a little bit more about them, and just understand the importance of eating healthy and the resources that MyPlate has to offer. So you can visit myplate.gov for more information or download this app. And it's a great resource for anyone, whether you're unfamiliar with like your nutritional needs or very familiar. Now moving on to the importance of healthy eating. So like I mentioned earlier, it's very important to eat a balanced diet. So in doing so, this will provide nutrients to the body, give your body the energy that you need throughout the day. It will help improve muscle and brain function, and also it can aid in the prevention of certain diseases. So just for example, fruit and vegetable consumption can help lower blood pressure. That is one of many things that eating a balanced diet can promote. So like we talked about earlier, there are some perceived challenges or misconceptions that can come along with healthy eating. So a lot of you said that all of these apply to you. There were a lot of A and B as well. So healthy eating may be too expensive for you, or maybe you feel you don't have time to make healthy meals, or you just feel overwhelmed when you go to the grocery store. So I'm here to show you that although these things may feel overwhelming, healthy eating might seem overwhelming, with planning and preparation, you can have healthy, nutritious, and cost-effective meals at your fingertips. So now we're going to get into some strategies to help you with this. So I narrowed it down to 3 strategies that I find are very important when you're trying to eat healthy on a budget, especially. So the first one is to look for ways to save. This can come in many ways, shapes, and forms. Have a grocery plan, whether that is planning for the week, making a list, and also one of my personal favorites, stock your pantry and freezer. And I will go into depth with all 3 of these as well. So I'm going to have a couple questions throughout the presentation just to keep you guys engaged and keep it a little more like personable. What is your favorite way to save money when grocery shopping? So if you have a favorite way, throw it in the chat, whether it's couponing, using apps, anything that you use to help you save money. Go to Aldi, that's a good one. Coupons, checking what's on sale. Buying store brand, Costco. I love Costco. Okay. So looking for ways to save. Some of you kind of touched on some of these, so that's great that you're already using some of these tips. 1, join loyalty programs. I'm sure in this, like I mentioned earlier, in this day and age, technology is an awesome tool. So one of my favorites, or a couple of my favorites here, Hy-Vee Fuel Saver. If you're from the Iowa area or surrounding areas, this is a great one. I kind of included a little screen grab here. This is my own fuel saver. I use it. You can buy specific items. So for example, avocados, and they have like a fuel saver attached to them. So you can buy it and save money when you get gas, which is an awesome reward. And also Target Circle, you can throw things in your cart, scan them, and it will give you discounts or coupons. Or you can go in and add items that you know that you're already going to be buying, and make a plan that way and save money that way. Also, some of you mentioned this, opt for store brand items instead. I think that the off-brand kind of gets a bad rap, but this is a way that you can save an extra $1 or $2 if you're in the store. Say you're at Walmart and you're buying black beans. You're looking at the typical name brand, or you have the Walmart Great Value brand. Go with the Great Value brand, because in the end, it's going to be cheaper and it's going to save you money. Also, something that's very important that is commonly overlooked, buy fruits when they're in season. So, you know, you're craving raspberries, you go into the store and it might be January. Those raspberries are going to be a lot more expensive than they're going to be in the spring or in the summer months. So I included a chart here, and you can find great charts like this with an easy Google search. So here we have the seasonal produce guide, just kind of tells you winter, spring, summer, fall, what's in season. Also here, there's a little chart, so you can see in the spring, strawberries. So maybe this is a time, and I'll touch more on this in a bit, maybe this is a time where you buy frozen strawberries instead, or buy your own fresh strawberries in the spring and freeze them to use at a later date. Now, going back to when I mentioned the store brand or the off brand, I wanted to demonstrate to all of you that it can be done. You can make a dinner for, I think this one is just over $10 using these store brands. So for this example, I used Walmart. It's a pretty common store. They have a great off brand, so it's called Great Value. So for this specific dinner, it is one of my personal favorites, zucchini boats and with a twist. So taco zucchini boats, you have the zucchinis, the ground turkey, the off or the store brand black beans, the store brand frozen corn, fire roasted diced tomatoes, and Fiesta blend cheese. So again, when you're in the store and you want to save a couple bucks, go for that store brand, and it's an easy way to save. So one more question. How many of you already online grocery shop? And if you do, what is your favorite app to use or favorite store to shop at online? You can throw it in the chat. I personally love to shop at Hy-Vee. They have delivery and they have pickup. So that's one of my recent favorites. Instacart with Aldi, Hy-Vee, aisles, bulk from Costco. You don't online shop, that's fine. I am going to give you guys some tips for that in just a bit. So my next strategy is have a grocery plan. So this may look different for everyone. I think it's just important whether or not you are shopping in person or online, just have a plan when you go to the store. So that way you aren't feeling overwhelmed or buying things that maybe you don't really need or buying things that aren't in your budget. So if you are shopping in person, before you head to the store, make a list and stick to it. So here I included a picture again from MyPlate. This is called the grocery game plan. So this kind of splits the food groups up and you can make your list based off this. So what you need fruit wise, what you need dairy wise. If you are shopping online, again, just have a plan. So if you're shopping for the week, kind of write out what you need. You can still use this list if you're shopping online, but just pick an online service that works best for you, especially in these unprecedented times. I think it's a great resource, delivery, pickup, drive up. I personally never used delivery services before COVID, but even post-COVID, I think this is a great way to save time and gas money driving to the store. Sometimes if you buy a certain amount, I know Hy-Vee, you'll get free delivery to your house. You can drive your car up to Hy-Vee and they'll put the groceries in your car for you. But I just listed some examples. So Hy-Vee, I've talked about that a lot. Walmart does pickup and delivery as well. Instacart is a great one. Amazon also, if you're needing pantry items in bulk, you can subscribe to this and have these delivered right to your door and not even have to think about it. And also Target has a pickup or drive up service as well. So a great tip is to keep your grocery list or your grocery plan on your phone so that it's always handy. So there are many different ways to do this. So I kind of went into using technology to plan. So again, whether that's keeping your grocery list on your phone, using apps to organize that, or just using online apps to get these things delivered. So I found an app called AnyList, and I put the logo right here. You can get this on the Apple App Store or Android. It is a grocery app that makes it easier to keep your list on your phone. So whether you're keeping it on AnyList or in your notes app, if you need to make an emergency trip to the store, this is a great way to always have your list on hand and not have to think about it when you are shopping. Also, use lists on grocery store sites. Again, I'm really hyping up Hy-Vee right now. This is their grocery app or grocery list that they have on their Hy-Vee aisles. So if you are shopping in store or using their online delivery or pickup service, you can add all the things that you need to this list. And as you're purchasing them, it kind of compares and shows you what you have, what you don't have, what you still need to add to your cart. And it's a great resource. And also, using grocery delivery apps on your phone. Like I mentioned, Amazon is great for pantry or dry items to be delivered right to your door. And if you have Amazon Prime, it is free delivery. Also, Instacart, getting those groceries delivered right to your door if you have a busy week, a busy day, or just need a structured way to plan your meals and get them delivered. So another question, fact or fiction, canned fruits and vegetables are not healthy. So throw this in the chat, what you think the answer to this is. Do you think it's a fact or do you think it is fiction? Fiction, we have some fact, fiction, getting a lot of fiction. It depends. That's a good one. Okay. So if you said fiction, you are correct. Any kind of fruit or vegetable counts towards their respective food group, whether it be in a can, frozen, dried, or as juice. So 100% fruit juice. And that's where, to those of you that said it depends, that's where that kind of, you want to look for 100% fruit juice or things low in sodium. So like I mentioned earlier, this is one of my personal favorite ways to save at the grocery store or even just plan my meals. My final strategy is to stock your pantry and freezer. So buying canned and frozen fruits and vegetables is great to have on hand for easy meal prep. You're not having to worry, and as well as freezer items, you're not having to worry about where those are coming from. If you need to make a quick meal, you're going to have these nutritious ingredients on hand. These staple ingredients can last longer. So aside from the traditional fresh produce, which is great to have, obviously, those things you're going to have to use quicker. When you're buying canned and frozen, they're going to last in your pantry, your freezer for a lot longer. They're going to have a longer shelf life. Also, a great tip is that frozen produce is actually picked at peak freshness. So if you remember back to buying fruits and vegetables when they're in season, if something is not in season and you're wanting to buy it, but not maybe spend what seems like $20 maybe on a case of strawberries, they get super expensive in the wintertime. Buy those frozen items and keep them for smoothies, yogurt, granola, all of that. Then you're not spending the unnecessary amount on fruit or vegetables that are out of season. And also buy more and save. So if you use a lot of something, if you know you're going to use a lot of frozen green beans, again, if those are on sale, if you can find a deal on those, buy a lot of them, and then you don't have to go to the store every week. You can have a stock of those and always have them on hand. And like I mentioned, focus on canned products with 100% fruit juice and low sodium. Canned items are great, but you just want to avoid those unnecessary additives. I included another MyPlate graphic. This is called My Pantry. And this just demonstrates that it is possible to meet all 5 food groups using canned items. So I know it can seem a little overwhelming. You might think that's not possible to meet all the 5 food groups with canned items, but it is possible. Even dairy, I know that one's a little trickier, but you can get all of these things in your pantry and meet those groups. So I wanted to offer some staple pantry items. These are some of my favorite items that I keep in my pantry. And I just also wanted to demonstrate that you can find them for a low price. So first we have sliced peaches and 100% fruit juice. Brown rice, this is great to add as a quick side dish. You throw it in the microwave for 90 seconds and you have it ready in no time and with little to no thought or effort. Canned corn, again, low sodium. Black beans, this is a great source of protein. A lot of people don't really think much about like beans and all of that, but aside from meat, this is a great protein source to keep in your pantry. Pasta, again, eating foods in moderation is key, and it's important to note the whole grain aspect, but this is another great one to meet that grain category. And then also canned chicken. This is great for quick meals, quick lunches to take with you to work. Next, we have some staple freezer items. This is one of my favorite, the Bird's Eye Steam Fresh green beans. That is one of my favorite grocery items of all time. I always have this in my freezer. They're super fresh. It tastes like you picked them from the garden almost. You pop them in the microwave for 5 minutes and you have steamed green beans, and with little to no effort again. Another important one is ground turkey or any sort of meat. Again, buy extra and save, and buy extra and freeze it. So buy what you need, keep it in the freezer, use what you need. And when you're going to make those meals or prepare your meals for the week or for the day, you can take out what you need as you need it. And then here we have a frozen meal. Again, these kind of get a bad rap, but as long as you're looking into them and you understand that they are healthy and are meeting all those food groups. So this is all vegetables with 14 grams of protein. This is great if you're running late for work and you need a quick lunch, pop it in your lunchbox and you're good to go. And you don't have to worry about spending money at the fast food restaurant or wasting time figuring out what you're doing at work for lunch. Then we have some whole grain waffles and some mixed berries, great for breakfast, especially if you have kids. Again, the importance of whole grain, but this just shows, again, all these freezer items that are relatively inexpensive that you can keep on hand and have them and not have to stress about it. So one last question for everyone. Tell me what your favorite staple pantry or freezer item is. I kind of offered some examples. So if you found a new one that you like, or maybe you have a favorite, let me know. Maybe I can add it to my freezer or someone else can add it to their freezer or pantry. Frozen cauliflower rice, that's a good one. Berries for smoothies, frozen veggies. Berries are a great one for smoothies, a quick snack. Frozen Brussels sprouts, awesome. Okay, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for your time, and join us next week. Alexis will be presenting on Quench Your Thirst, the science and strategies of hydration. It is at the same time next Wednesday, May 5th, using the same Zoom link.